you share maybe just some memories of postseason runs that you watched a lot as a kid, teams that you really followed that you really kind of go back to when you think about your first postseason start?
Yeah, right away I think about probably the Yankees, Red Sox, early 2000s, all those games, and seeing the streak broken for the Red Sox, and I watched a lot of Yankees growing up, so that's the one that probably sticks out.
Go in the front right here.
Francisco Velos from Grupo Formula. I used to live in Seattle before living here in Houston. I know that Seattle is a great baseball town that don't have the luxury or that other teams, other cities, to have a postseason game. So first of all, to talk about that, how does it mean as a human being, as a resident of Seattle, to give them a postseason for the first time in so long? And also, how do you guys plan to beat the Houston Astros and keep their offense under wraps?
Yeah, man, it's really exciting. Just winning last series and knowing that we're going to have home games in Seattle. And we feel the energy, we see it, we feed off it. They've been so good to us for so long, and the city's ready for it. So it's going to be really exciting going back there and just seeing T-Mobile packed and feel the energy being out there. As far as the Astros, we've faced them a lot this year. We've went back and forth. We've won some, they've won some. I think at this point it just comes down to execution. We've seen each other a lot of times and familiar with each other, and they have a lot of good players, so it just comes down to execution.
Go just to the left in the middle back there.
Hey, Logan. Aaron Goldsmith, Mariners broadcast. Hey, Logan, if you look at your fastball month by month for your whole career, the month you're coming off of in terms of your average velocity, the quality of contact against it, the swing and miss, I mean, it really was, you can make a strong case pretty easily, the best month for your fastball of your young major league career, when you would think that maybe it would be one of the more taxing months just simply because of the innings. Is there something that you attribute that to?
Hard to say. I mean, I think it's just exciting. It's an exciting time, and we're deep in the season, and we were trying to make that postseason run to at least get into the postseason, and now we're here making that run. So I think just being out there, knowing that we're playing in big games and big moments, it's easy to get up. Your body gets excited and amped up, so I think that's probably a big part of it.
Go right here in the front, Dan.
Logan, you were slated to start Game 3 if you guys needed to, but you get the benefit of a few extra days rest, and I think you'll have 9 or 10 days at this point between starts. How much does that help you at this stage of the season, and how, if at all, did your routine change kind of coming into this one, given all the extra rest you had?
Yeah, definitely. It's a big change knowing that we usually go on 5 days, and now getting those extra days. And I've been off the mound a couple times because I thought I might be starting in Toronto, and just wait to see how everything plays out. So it takes a little adjustment, but for good reason, I had to wait 9 or 10 days because we ended up winning the series and being here. So it's all good changes, and nothing bad. It's, if anything, good to get a little extra rest, especially at this point in the year.
Stay here in front with Ryan.
Logan, can you imagine Cal not catching you in a game? What is your relationship like, and does he really have a big dumper?
Cal's the man. I'm just so excited. I've said it so many times, but where he's at right now and what he's done for this team, we wouldn't be here without him. So it's really exciting to see that, just as a teammate, but as a really close friend, for what he's done for this team and for the entire city. Everybody loves him, and you can tell. So we have a really, really good connection. We've had it since early in the minors, so it's going to be fun throwing to him. And for your last question, probably I'd say yes.
Go in the back left, Shannon.
Shannon Dreyer, Seattle Sports. Logan, routine aside and not knowing if you would pitch on the final day in Toronto or not, what has the anticipation been for your first start in the postseason, and what has it been like taking it all in, learning the atmosphere, and watching everything that you just watched for a couple of days there? Yeah, it's a dream come true. I've watched these games since I was little, grew up dreaming out playing in these games, and now we're here. So I'll take the mound tomorrow, and it'll be a dream come true. And I was just excited, thinking I might be thrown in Toronto and just waiting and, getting a little antsy because I want to be out there. And now finally getting my turn, it's just really special. It's something just to embrace it, take it all in for a second. It's a big deal to be here, and this entire team has earned it. So I'm just going to try to do my part and help the team.
Go right here in the second row on the right.
Matt Calkins, Seattle Times. couple trends that stand out if you look at some of your numbers. One is how well you've done against Houston individually this year. 4 quality starts. I think you went 7 innings, 7 shutout innings in one of them. And another one, this isn't related to Houston, but this time of year, last September and this September, have been lights out for you. Is there anything you attribute either of those trends to?
Yeah, hard to say. I think at this point in the season, hopefully just get everything ironed out. However you're feeling. I mean, some guys might taper off, but fortunately I've been in a position where I feel like everything's just kind of come together and clicked late in the season last year and this year. So hopefully I can continue to just hold on to that and move in that direction. But I don't think there's any magic answer. Just having a good feel for your pitches and, like I said, getting everything ironed out.
Would you say the same is true of how you face the Astros?
Yeah, well, that's a little different because it was throughout the year at different points. Like I said earlier, I think just execution. It's not always it's not an easy matchup. So I don't want to put it like that, but I think I've just been fortunate to have some good games this year and hopefully keep that trend rolling.
Go in the back middle, Dave.
Logan, Dave Sims from the Mariners broadcast team. The goatee, the mustache, attitude enhancer, a little bit more of a badassery look.
Big time. No, I don't know. I don't know how it started. Probably Cal pressuring me into it. But yeah, I'm just rolling with it, hoping it helps.
Go on the left here in the second row with Corey.
Hey, Logan. Corey Brock with The Athletic. I'm curious, after your rookie season, which certainly feel, there were some bumps along the way. There were some really good outings. What were the major points you took in the offseason that you wanted to improve upon, and where do you think you made the biggest gains?
I think it's just consistency, and I think it'll always be that way. You're always trying to clean it up, but probably from an off-speed perspective, made some tweaks and talked about that going into spring training. But, like I said, nothing's ever perfect. You're always moving in that direction, and I think even during the course of the season, I've kind of continued on that progression, iron some things out, and just get that feel that I'm talking about.
Go back here on the right with JP.
Logan, do you have a favorite play that Julio Rodriguez has made this season that you watched? And what is it like to just begin a series and have that sense that he'll do something special to help you win a game at some point?
Yeah, man, I remember his first home run. That sticks out for sure. A couple catches he's made definitely when I'm on the mound are the ones that stick out. And, he's awesome to have out there selfishly when I'm on the mound because I know that anything out there, he lets me know when we go in the dugout too. He's like, just give me the ball, I'll catch it anywhere. And I believe him because he'll track it down. He's that fast, and he's a really special player. Awesome to have on our side.
Go on the back middle.
Aaron Goldsmith with the Mariners broadcast again. Logan, you have been really aggressive for your career on first pitches of at-bats, a lot of fastballs. Opposing hitters have been really aggressive against you on the first pitch of the at-bat. Over the course of this season, a full 32 starts, how have you combated that, worked towards that, altered things, not altered things? What's been your overall approach on 0-0 counts?
Yeah, you're trying to be aggressive and getting a good count right away, so you want to go right after them. Of course, not get too predictable. I think it changes as you turn over the lineup, as you get deeper in games, as you've seen teams multiple times. So it's a little bit of a chess match. There's a lot that goes into it, but I think from my strengths, I just like to go right after people and, also work with the catcher and try to get a feel to turn the tables on them a little bit before they catch on to whatever we're doing.
Go on the back left. Ron.
Hey, Logan, Rick Riz, Mariners broadcast. Could you just talk about the defense, this year? It's nice to strike out a lot of people, but knowing that you're going to throw a pitch at a good location, ball's going to be in play, these guys, make the plays behind you all season long. What's it like, doing that and watching your defense behind you?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Something definitely not to take for granted because we have one of the best defenses in the league, and Gold Glove guys out there. Obviously JP at shortstop, guys like Demo and Haggerty are just awesome to have out there. They play as hard as they can every single play, and that's a lot to ask out of somebody. So being a pitcher, that's what you want to see behind you, guys that are working that hard, and I really appreciate everything they've done. They've definitely saved me a bunch of times this season.
Go over here in the front row on the right. Ryan.
Logan, Ryan Ditter, Seattle Times. I didn't do that before. The the Walter personality and being stubborn and intense on the mound, when things aren't going or Cal or Pete is talking to you about something you need to change, how do you kind of process that when you're focused on what you are? Because Cal had talked about how stubborn you are at times and how much you guys butt heads about different things, discussing pitching and catching, what he's seeing, but what you're feeling.
Yeah, he's let me know that a time or two. I think it's a give and take, in a good way. You want to stay true to who you are and what makes you successful, but also know there's a time and a place where you have people, hopefully, in your corner that know, what they're talking about. Unfortunately, in our organization, we do, and Cal and the catchers, guys that see that kind of stuff. So you want to take in all their perspective, what they have to offer, and just kind of blend that with what you know, and hopefully turn that into the best version of yourself.
Stay right here in the front row.
Hey, Logan. Daniel Kramer with MLB.com. You've had a few starts against Justin Verlander this year, and after each you've kind of talked about what you admire about his game. Have you gotten a chance to at all get to know him, and what have you seen from him from afar in this career renaissance after Tommy John at 39 years old and probably going to win the Cy Young?
Right, yeah. No, I haven't gotten a chance, but obviously really respect him, and so impressed with what he's done this year, especially after TJ, like you're talking about. But he was one of the guys I looked up to growing up early on. So it was a big deal getting a start against him. It's a big deal tomorrow. So definitely take that in. It only adds to the situation. I have looked at his game. We're not identical pitchers, but there's some things to take from him. I really like what he does with his slider. So, really respect him, like I said, and it's gonna be, an honor, I guess, to start against him.
One more in the back left.
Logan, Rick Riz, Mariners broadcast. Can you talk about the fan support this year? To see all those fans at Rogers Center the other day celebrating with you guys on the field, the thousands that show up at the ballpark for to watch the game on Mariners Vision. Can you just address what your thoughts about the support of the fan base throughout the course of the year to give you all that support?
Yeah, can't say enough about him. Obviously, this is the only place I've played in Seattle, but I would say best fans in the league for sure. With just what you feel from them, they care. They're so passionate. They show up throughout the entire year, and especially late in the year, we feel how excited they are for us and kind of pushing us on. I even saw the video, the rally shoe and all that stuff, and they're showing up to the ballpark and we're not even playing there just to watch us play somewhere else. So it's amazing to see that, and something you'd never take for granted just because they care so much that they're a part of this too.